Hey, yo, what's up? Holla at your boy, Fragrance Family, and welcome back to the Pastor Smell Good YouTube channel, where the scent is always lovely and the sillage is absolutely divine. I greet you guys in the name of peace, prosperity, and oh yes, perfumery. As you can tell, family, the ambiance is just a little bit different tonight. Normally, I shoot my videos in the daytime out here on the porch, soaking up the sunshine, having a good time in the Louisiana bipolar weather, whatever it may be on that day. But tonight I changed it a little bit because it's not as bright around me, but thank God for a ring light. Okay, so I'm out here on my porch at night this time, ready to bring you guys some content on the Oajan from the house of Parfum de Marly. Yes, Oajan from the house of Parfum de Marly. Listen, I was supposed to feature this fragrance with you guys a long time ago. Matter of fact, I think it was sometime earlier this year or maybe even last year that I uploaded a short to YouTube talking about bringing you guys some content. I think the short had reached just a little bit over 3,000 people. But what ended up happening was, as I continued to play with that bottle, I was underwhelmed by the performance of it. Now, the scent DNA, it checked all of my boxes, but the performance of it is what made me kind of think that I was played a little bit. But I started thinking about some things. I said, okay, maybe the performance on this bottle just isn't good because of the year, the alcohol to oil concentration, or whatever the case may be. And come to find out, that original bottle that I had, I believe that was like an 81 or 82% formulation of Oajan that was extremely underwhelming. And once I began to realize that didn't have the best of the best, I found a way to get rid of it. I got something great in return for it, but now that hindsight is 2020, I wish I would have kept that bottle. But howbeit, okay, that's not a word, I'm just playing on YouTube. Howbeit, what I did was I went and tracked down this bottle, which is a pre-reformulation version of Oajan. Okay, so this is the version that I'm going to be reviewing. This is not the version that I had uploaded the short on earlier. Okay, so let me just do a little bit of talking before I get into the review. I wanted to go ahead and upload this video tonight because the temperatures in Louisiana are very fitting for a fragrance such as Oajan. It gives me the opportunity to have some experience with this fragrance. I want to say in weather that wasn't around on my first go around with this particular scent DNA. Okay, so everybody knows the story on Oajan. The scent profile is very reminiscent for a lot of people of an apple pie. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the notes that create this particular thing as it relates to the aroma. Okay, Oajan is one of those scents that's going to open up with some cinnamon, honey, and osmanthus. It's going to go down to a base of ambergris, benzoin, labdanum, and artemisia, and it's going to round out to a base of vanilla, tonka bean, patchouli, and musk. So when you begin to spray this fragrance straight out of the atomizer, you will be hit with a beautiful honey note that is extremely laced in cinnamon. But guess what else you're going to pick up? You are going to pick up apple. Okay, now what I find strange about Parfum de Marly is that they were very clear in letting us know that green apple was featured in so many of their other fragrances, but for the one that gives the apple pie vibe the most, how strange it is that apple is not listed. But you definitely pick up the apple. Parfum de Marly, I know you probably never talked to a guy such as me, but maybe you can answer that question for me one day if you see this video. Why did you guys not list the apple note that is clearly present in this scent? Okay, you guys had no problem talking about the green apple in Greenlee. You have no problem talking about the green apple in Carlisle. You have no problem mentioning the apple in Layton. And matter of fact, I think even in Hobdon, you guys list the apple note there. But I just find it extremely strange that in a scent in your fragrance catalog that smells the most like apple pie, you guys do not list that in the opening. Okay, but there is a very delicious gourmand aspect to this scent. I mean, that apple and that honey and that cinnamon and that vanilla and that tonka bean, it just really does the thing. Okay, so I don't pick up too much of the ambergris in this scent. Okay, ambergris is listed, but I don't pick up a whole lot of ambergris, you know, as I would in a lot of the Creed fragrances and things like that. I just don't seem to pick up that ambergris note, but the base notes are definitely prominent. And what I love about this green with this apple pie vibe scent is that when the fragrance rounds out into its base, it truly has a prominent patchouli note, in so much that it puts a dirty sexiness on a gourmand style scent, if that makes any sense at all. That's what that patchouli note does there. It gives a darkness to the scent. It gives a seductiveness to the scent that I really and truly appreciate. This fragrance, no lie, of all the apple pie scents that I've had in my life, this is the most delicious one so far. I thought that when I was in the designer realm, I thought Hugo Boss Bottled Intense really did the apple pie thing. Okay, when I was in the designer realm, I really felt like Tommy Hilfiger, the original, really did the apple pie thing. But then when I went up a level to Leighton, I was like, wow, this is some serious deliciousness with the apple pie thing. And then when I got Oajan, it just takes the apple pie thing to an entirely different level. Okay, so guys, this is what I call gourmand goodness. If you don't really care for this type of scent profile, hey, if you don't like apple, just go ahead and stay away from this stuff. And if you really don't like apple, please don't go according to the notes that are listed, because the apple note is not listed, but it's extremely prominent. There is a spiciness to this scent. I really, really love cinnamon. I really do. And if you guys know anything about me, I am crazy about honey, which is why I am such a fan of Xerjoff's Naxos. This is why I'm a fan of Guerlain's honey tobacco, or no, I'm sorry, tobacco honey, though it's more honey dominant. But anyway, that's another story for another day. I'm a fan of that scent as well because I really enjoy a delicious honey. And because I like honey so much is that's the reason why when I was in the designer realm, I was really crazy about Thierry Mugler's Pure Havane, because that featured a honey note. Now, it's a super synthetic honey note, but listen, when you didn't know any better, you just went according to what you knew. And I was just blown away at that. Then I went up to the next level. And listen, I am so crazy about honey. I like to eat honey. I like to smell honey. I put honey in my smoothies. I do all type of stuff with honey. So this honey note in here, it's very recognizable, fused with a beautiful spicy cinnamon and that vanilla and that patchouli, with some the vanilla with the tonka bean, the patchouli and the musk. It really rounds out to a sweet apple pie. This stuff smells like Thanksgiving. This stuff smells like Christmas, and this stuff smells edible. This is some really good stuff to get your hands on. Okay, so now I want to go into the performance on Oajan. When I begin to think about my first round with this scent, when I had the 82% version, I was really let down by the performance. Now, the performance in this pre-reformulation, it is better, hands down. But is it gonna get up on off you? Is it beast mode? Absolutely not. I am still not picking up a beast mode projection with this scent. However, what she doesn't do with projection, she definitely does it with sillage and longevity. This fragrance is lasting me an entire workday. You guys know how I spray, so if you don't, go back and watch my video on Smell Good Spray Routine. That'll let you know how I get the results that I get. You'll get a full 8-hour workday out of it. The sillage, listen, the sillage on this scent is like Mama Duck and her little ducklings following her across the street. That's the best way I can talk about the sillage. You're not going to get a whole bunch of projection, but the fragrance does linger, and the fragrance will be left in a room you walk out of. It will do that for you. What is the occasion for which I would suggest you wear Oajan? I would tell you guys to put this on in the fall for sure. If you have better cold temperature scents that will give you the projection to cut through that cold, go with that then. But this is just fall in a bottle to me. Here in Louisiana, we don't deal with the bitter cold of the Chicagos, the Cleveland, Ohio, the Detroit, Michigans, the Montanas. We don't deal with that type of cold down here. Cold in Louisiana is like 50 degrees, okay? And people walk around dressed like Eskimos, all right? If we get really, really cold, we might be in the 30s, okay? So in my type of winter, this stuff may do us some good, because in my type of winter, we could be in shorts too. But if you're in one of those bitter cold areas where you're going to need some punch, you might want to go with something that's going to give you more projection. But this bad boy will last. Oh my goodness. Y'all, this stuff smells so good. I just walk around the house like this. I'll be in the living room watching TV, and I'll go in my office where my fragrance collection is and just smell this and then walk back out. That's the type of effect it has on me. Okay, so as far as the dressing style, like this is what it does for me. I like to be dressed up when I have this scent on. I do not wear this scent casually for the most part. Now, if I want to just walk around my house in cold season, or, I'll probably do that and just spray this and just comfort myself. Sometimes you do that with fragrances. You just put them on to just enjoy the comfort of them in your own home. But this type of scent, this pre-reformulation juice, I gotta be completely honest with you guys. I don't want to waste this. Like, I want the world to experience the Oajan factor when I go out into it. Okay? So let's go and give this bad boy a rating. How do I rate this apple pie gourmand goodness? Oh, and it's a sexy apple pie. Oh my goodness. That patchouli comes through in the clutch. But anyway, how do I rate this thing? How many stars would Smell Good give Oajan? How many, what's the percentage that Oajan shoots from the free throw line? If I'm being completely honest with you guys, because I love y'all. This pre-formulation bottle, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Oh yes. This is my type of stuff here, y'all. Those of you that don't care for gourmand scents, I'm just going to suggest you don't deal with this at all. But those of you that love some sweetness, those of you that love some seductiveness on a fragrance, those of you that love to be comforted by a fragrance, oh yes, you're going to see what I'm talking about. 5 out of 5. Okay? This bad boy shoots 100% from the free throw line. In other words, she don't miss. Okay? So if you're into this type of fragrance profile, if you can get the bottle that still looks like this, even if it's an 81, 82%, get the bottle anyway. Get the bottle. Now, the newer bottle that looks nothing like this, I do not suggest it. I don't know anything about it. But if you can go back and get that 81, 82%, like I foolishly sold off, go get that one just to get you in the family, just to get your foot in the door. Then after that, find a way to get you a pre-formulation bottle of Oajan. Guys, gals, if I can be completely honest, this is a fragrance that I will keep in my collection for a lifetime if I'm able. I love it just that much. All right. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed my content for the night. It's always an honor for me to come to you guys, and the channel is absolutely booming. We're going to higher heights. We're going to deeper dimensions, and I'm so glad to be doing it with you all. We're going to be at 2,000 subscribers in no time. God bless. Talk to you guys later.